You may have heard someone who suffers from depression or another mental illness say they feel numb inside. What does this mean exactly? Do they feel empty? Do they always feel this way? Are they depressed, angry? Are they void of any feelings at all? Suffering from emotional numbness doesn't mean you have to feel nothing all the time. Your emotions can even merge together from an unconscious or conscious suppression to create a primary feeling that can accompany your numbness. Often this is anger, as it's a powerful emotion. When you're not feeling this frequent primary emotion, you're otherwise numb. So it's very possible to feel more than just emotional numbness, but still suffer from it.
Oh my goodness, my hair is insane. Anyways, what is up, boys? Back with another trade breakdown. Price action has me like this. Okay, bro. Even though it's not price action, it's me because it's my execution. So it'd be kind of gay to start blaming price action. That's gay. No. But anyways, I'm gonna break down today's trade execution. We only ended up taking one trade. It was a long to the upside. We'll break down my daily buys coming into the trading day. What I was anticipating for price action to do during New York session, because it actually ended up flipping. This long execution, we'll get into it. Anyways, starting off with right here. So previously last night, this was my analysis. So we had lack of low resistance liquidity here. So going into New York Monday, I was like, hey, I would not be surprised if we liquidated to the downside, beginning to target previous week low, mainly because we have no low resistance liquidity down here, unless we look to target this low resistance liquidity up here, buy side. Price market open ended up displacing, during London we ended up displacing into New York open. We were forming that open high low close on the daily candle. So I was like, hey, if we do continue lower, still want to see previous week low taken. Let's just close Google. Okay. Now onto the chart. What were you expecting to see coming into price action? Well, coming into price action, like I said, I was expecting to see previous week low taken. However, we ended up having an SMT, not a sequential SMT, just a regular SMT between YM and NQ. Or was it? It was, gotta go on the hourly time frame for this. It was this low right here. Bang, it was this low right here. We ended up having a divergence with SMT and YM. SMT and YM, NQ and YM. Holy moly. So coming into market open, price ended up displacing to the upside, taking out not London highs, but taking out, I'll just call it low resistance liquidity, taking out sell side liquidity up here. Once we did that, that's when I was looking to execute upon a retracement in order to go long. I was looking to see any of the bullish 5-minute PD arrays we ended up either invalidating or creating validated in order to go to the in order to continue to the upside for a retracement. Price action displays through absolutely everything, eventually retracing for OTE. I was expecting price to invalidate OTE, continuing toward previous week low during this, but turns out didn't end up doing that. Continued to hold a sequential SMT we had while it was a previous sequential SMT, so now I just call it an SMT. SMT we had with YM. That is when we had our change of state delivery. We're looking to get our original execution right here at this 1 minute change of state delivery, looking to target originally midnight open. Then I was like, that is not a valid enough draw on liquidity. I want to see it taken. I don't think we have enough volume in order to take midnight open. So I was like, hey, let's just target low resistance liquidity. Well, low resistance liquidity is up here. Oh my goodness, like that. That's my favorite word. No. Sell side. Price didn't end up filling us, so what did we do? Learn from our mistake from last week, not reacting to price action upon this newly formed 1 minute fair value gap. That is when we adjusted our limit and executed, looking to still target this sell side. Got tagged in, price continued to the upside. Now I want to talk about my little writings right here, because I had 3, but I ended up removing 1 because that wasn't really important. As price action continued to displace to the upside, I was like, okay, cool. I want to see the full confirmation shift in order flow on the 15-minute time frame. Really, if we're looking to continue higher on the trading day, now that would be right here, which is kind of crazy. I would have been out of that trade before that even happened. I was like, hey, I still want to see it happen if it does happen. Oh, there's my third drawing. Now, while looking to retrace for this 5-minute bearish speed array, I was like, if we retrace into this 5-minute, may possibly look to go break even, and we'll watch what price action does. That was mainly due to us going into Q4. I was like, hey, I'm not looking for us to see a retracement for this, 5-minute and then retrace and stop me out. So I was like, if we retrace for that, going into Q4, I will look to set my SL at break even. That's exactly what I did. And I was like, hey, if we fail to validate this new bullish PD array we formed, 5-minute, we'll possibly continue toward previous week low. Now, did we end up getting stopped out at break even? Yes. However, looking at this trade now, of course, this is in hindsight. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it wrong. However, upon the retracement into this 5-minute, this is also a clear short opportunity to the downside. Is a lower time frame, like on the 15-second power of 3, accumulation, manipulation, distribution lower. Now, do I still think we have the potential to take out previous week low? Yes. However, today we'll have to watch what price action continues to do. I'm not here to predict price action. I just react to what it's doing. But based upon what it's doing right now, I do still think it has potential. Yeah. And if not, then this 1-minute change state of delivery can hold and we can continue to the upside for the rest of the trading day. We'll see. Or consolidate. I'm trying to think about how I can reflect upon today's trading day in order to move forward. Today was really a one and done kind of day. Throughout this week, I'm focusing on slightly higher quality trade executions. Now, that does not mean I'm not going to be trading. That just means throughout the week, if I'm going to execute upon a trade idea, I just want to make sure it is not low probability. Whether it ranges from mid probability to high probability, that's where I want to keep it. Really trying to execute upon what I know to execute upon, not being an idiot this week like I was last week, just jumping the gun on every single trade execution I've seen, and then not taking profits at, set objective once we reached it. That was the main thing last week that really screwed me up. Today, I'm not upset about today's break even. If I would have been short biased, and obviously I would have gone short at that 5-minute, but guess what? I wasn't short biased. I went long, and I'm okay with that. I chose to make that decision. I reacted to price action in that way, and guess what? It actually was not half a bad trade execution. Only reason why I did not end up taking profits at that 5-minute was because it was only a 1 to 1.7 R, and I like a little bit higher risk reward than under 2. But apart from that, yeah, that's how we're looking to improve moving forward this week, and hopefully setting that new foundation for our trading moving forward as a whole. Yeah, apart from that, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next recap. Peace, and have a nice day.